25th Hour Radio Show.
Hey, everybody, you're tuned in to the September 27th edition of the 25th Hour Radio Show. On behalf of my co-hosts, Rob Fairless and Randy Ashby, I'm Robert Reeves, and welcome to the show. Today we have a very special guest that's supposed to be joining us here real soon. Most of the people know him as the guitarist and songwriter of the world-renowned rock and roll band Pretty Boy Floyd, along with his solo efforts and business endeavors. I'm talking about the one and only Kristy Krash Majors. So hopefully we'll get a call here in any minute from him. So I'm going to turn it over to Rob.
Yeah, we've had the same problem with Frank Dukes last week. He was trying to get into the show, and he said he was getting a busy signal. So hopefully, Kristy, if you're listening right now, just keep trying. We're here waiting on you. But while we're waiting, we can talk a little bit about some of the upcoming shows we got on the schedule. October 3rd at 4:30 p.m., we got Tom Wopat, who's better known as Luke Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard, and he's also a star on the big screen. He's on Broadway as well. He's a country music singer. That's a pretty big guest, and I look forward to that. What about you, Randy?
What are you talking about, man? I'm stoked.
Is that all you got to say about that?
Well, dude, what else? It's Tom Wopat. It's Tom Wopat, man. I never in a million years. Wopat. I never in a million years thought I'd get to talk to Tom Wopat and ask him questions, man. But I'm excited about the show. It's going to be a good show, man, for sure.
Yeah, October 3rd, you're going to get a chance to. Then on October the 8th at 4:30 p.m. Central Time, we're going to have Shannon Lee, who is the daughter of Bruce Lee, and that's going to be an awesome show. We got. I think Kristy's on the line here, Robert.
Okay, cool.
Let's see if we got him here. Kristy, you there?
Yeah, I am here.
Oh, there he is, Robert.
Hey, cool, Kristy, man. Hey, how's it going?
What's up, guys? How's everything?
Doing good, man. So, welcome to the show. Yeah, man. Great to have you on the show. Let's go ahead and start out with Pretty Boy Floyd, man. What's I know there's a lot of recent news with the band right now. If you don't mind, fill us in on what's going on at the moment.
Yeah, are we on the air right now?
We're on the air, man.
What's that?
Yeah, we're on the line. Yeah, we're live, brother.
We're live, brother? Okay. Give me 1 second here, because I'm actually sitting down getting my hair dyed. Let me go outside so I can hear you guys better a little bit. Can you give me 2 minutes? Okay,
yeah,
man.
Okay, hold on. Going outside here.
All right, cool.
1 second.
All right. That's rock and roll right there.
That is rock and roll right there, man. Yeah, rock and roll.
All right, so shoot, what are we talking about here?
What color are you getting your hair dyed, man? What color are we going with?
Oh, I'm doing my hair. I'm dyeing my hair black.
The only way, baby. Rock and roll.
Same color that I've dyed my hair ever since I was 15 years old. So.
Right on. Yeah, let's go with Pretty Boy Floyd. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, some recent news. Fill us in on what's going on, man.
Pretty Boy Floyd, well, basically, this last tour that we did with Pretty Boy Floyd was just kind of like a disastrous kind of a tour. Obviously, Steve's going through some problems with his marriage. He's unhappy with his life. And, he was getting up on stage, drunk, asking crowds for shots every night. You can see it all on the YouTubes and everything. It embarrassed me. To the point of where, I'm a professional, and when I put on a show, and, it's always top notch, and I want to give the band 100%. And, I left, we got into an argument. It was all about stupid money. He wants this amount of money, starts saying things like, I'm the singer of the band, I am the band, blah, blah, blah. This is just stupid stuff, that really just doesn't make sense, to me, because, I play music for fun. If I did it for a living and I did it for money, obviously I'd be living on the streets. So when it's not fun for me anymore, that's when I walk away, and I walked away from it and left the tour early, came home, reevaluated things, got in contact with London, LeGrand, and
right.
He said that he would love to do some sort of Pretty Boy Floyd thing. I don't know what we're going to call it, what we're going to do, but we talked about doing some Pretty Boy Floyd songs, some Bride Destruction songs, and some new songs that we're going to record, shortly, and that'll be the next thing. And I own the trademark name to Pretty Boy Floyd, and whatever Steve, tries to do or tries to say that he wants to do, it just won't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's kind of, a little bit going around these days, two versions of this band, and, I think...
It will not, I can guarantee you there will not be two versions of the band. I own the trademark. Anything that Steve tries to do, I will fight him. He didn't show up to the trademark hearing. One, he has no money. He has no money to fight a trademark hearing. Okay, other people like Stephen Piercy, Queensryche, Rat, White Lion, blah, blah, blah. People who have money to fight a trademark, that's great. You can spend $25,000, in a blink of an eye. If Steve wants to lay down his $25,000, let him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there will not be two versions of Pretty Boy Floyd. There will be one Pretty Boy Floyd. It will be me, London, and whoever else I decide to get to do the band, and that will be it. And it will not be a Pretty Boy Floyd show, but I can guarantee this: people will not be walking away from that show going, "Wow, that show sucked." Mm-hmm. That will not happen. I've never played a show that has been unprofessional. I always get top-notch musicians. I always rehearse the band and make sure everything sounds amazing. So I don't do things half-assed like Steve did in the past when I wasn't playing in the band. Put out like one of the god-awful, worst records that is no representation of Pretty Boy Floyd whatsoever. Size doesn't matter thing or whatever. It sounds nothing at all like Pretty Boy Floyd. Went out there and toured with half-assed musicians, doesn't show up at rehearsals, went through like 20 different lineup changes, pretty much destroying the name and the legacy of Pretty Boy Floyd, and I will not let that happen.
Yeah, that's good. Kristy, did it get to that point, or was it always like that? I mean, did this just happen? Did this just happen all of a sudden, the degradation like that?
It's been building up over like the past year. I mean, to tell you the truth, me and Steve were never really friends. It was, we don't hang out. We don't call each other, "Hey, buddy, what's going on? Hey, you want to go grab a beer?" Or we were never friends. I mean, over the whole 24 years that we've known each other and in playing Pretty Boy Floyd, we never hung out. We were never friends. Strictly business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and in the recent tour you went out on, the Great American Rocks tour, with Great White, Bullet Boys, Fast Pussycat, Lillian Axe, of course the tour had some setbacks, heard about a tour bus getting stolen maybe.
It was a disastrous tour, air conditioning blowing out, tour bus getting stolen, tour bus catching on fire, and obviously everything gets blamed on me because I do everything from booking the band. I do everything from advancing the shows. I do, the websites. I do the recordings. I rehearse the bands. I make the clothes. I do everything in Pretty Boy Floyd, and I just don't, and that burden that was put on me was just, it was overwhelming considering that, I do so many other things besides Pretty Boy Floyd, and Pretty Boy Floyd to me was only supposed to be a fun side project that, was a hobby for me and an outlet for me to have fun and entertain people and have a good time. But it started turning into something that was more of a nightmare for me.
Right.
When I'm sitting on a tour bus and every night Steve is in the back of the bus, and he's screaming and yelling at his wife over the phone, and they're fighting about who cheated and who did this and what's this post on Facebook with this girl and blah, 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 blah. And it would he spent more time on the phone yelling and screaming at his wife than he did on stage. It was pretty much an unhealthy environment to be around.
Yeah. Yeah, not to dwell too much on Steve, because, we definitely want to talk about you. Whatever come about the deal with him stealing all your gear and all that.
What's that?
I said, whatever happened to, the deal with him stealing all your gear, I don't want to dwell too much on Steve. I want to talk about you, but, whatever happened, come with that.
I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time hearing you because of the connection here for some reason. And I'm outside and there's cars driving by, so if you guys could speak up just a little bit louder, that would be awesome.
Hey, Robert. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't want to talk about Steve too much. I want to talk about you, but whatever happened with the incident, him stealing all your gear?
Oh, him stealing all my gear? Yeah, well, when I had left the tour in Dallas before the tour ended, I had asked the I had asked the guys in Pastor Pussycat, to watch my stuff, please, and I'll come pick it up when it gets back. So they texted me and said, hey, the bus is pulling up. Well, Steve rushed with Chad Dratzen, was filling in on bass temporarily because Chris Six was, taking care of his father, who was ill. So basically, when I pulled up, they had grabbed everything of mine and put it in their van and not their van, their pickup truck, and they left. And I've been trying to get it back. I filed police reports, and basically what goes on is, he tells the detective, oh, yeah, he can come and pick it up anytime he wants. And then when I email him, text him, and call him, he doesn't respond back to me. I call the detective back, and the detective goes, God, this sounds like high school bullshit. I can't be involved with it. He goes, it's a civil suit. So, I talked to my attorneys, and my attorneys basically had just said, well, you want to spend $5,000 on getting a piece of paper that says that this guy owes you $8,000 that you're never going to get because he has no money, he has no assets, he has nothing, he has nothing to garnish, he works at a strip joint, gets paid tips under the table. And I said, yeah, you know what, you're right. I guess there's nothing I can really sue him for, nothing that I could really do. Yeah. So even though I had all the eyewitnesses and everybody saw him take the stuff, it's just unfathomable to me,
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy, this is Rob. It's all right, Robert. This is Chris. This is Rob.
Motorcycle coming by. Motorcycle. Hold on.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead now.
It's all right. Kristy, my name's Rob Fairless. I haven't got to speak with you yet, but I got a question. I've been reading some of your tweets. And what's the deal with this Matt Larson guy? And you and him butting heads. What's the beef there? And is this thing still going on? Or is it over with?
Oh, Matt. He's not even worth mentioning.
Okay. Well,
it's not even worth mentioning. Basically, it's just a guy who was jealous because he liked some girl who he flew out here a few years ago, and I don't know Matt at all.
Okay.
But I have no friends who know him, and he had a girl fly out here like about 2 years ago, and he was promising her some job over at Monster and all this other thing, everything. So he flew her out here. Anyway, I guess she was out here, and she called me and she said, "Hey, I'm in L.A., blah, blah." I didn't know.
Oh, guys, we just lost Kristy.
Ah.
You guys there? Yeah, we just lost him on the line. He must have got somewhere with a bad signal. Hopefully he'll call back in.
That's talking about the way that tour went. That's absolutely insane. You know what?
Yeah. Here he is. Yeah, Kristy, we lost you there for a second, buddy.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Cell phone thing,
right.
So, Matt Larson. So, like I said, I don't know the guy. He flew out some girl here about 2 years ago, promising her a job at Monster and all this other stuff and everything. And she called me up and said, hey, I'm in town. And so I hung out with her a couple days, couple nights, and I guess Matt liked her. I didn't know that Matt had paid for a plane ticket out here for her or whatever. I don't know. So, and then just recently, I guess there was another girl that he liked that I was hanging out with. And I don't know, I guess he's just jealous and sore and started writing some stupid tweets and had to shut his mouth, you know?
Yeah, I got it.
Leave it at that.
Hey, I've also been reading some stuff, man. You're starting to hit the gym here lately. You're getting in better shape. You're in some kind of photo shoot coming up. Can you tell everybody a little bit about that? You know what I'm talking about? We lost him again. I don't know what. He must be where he is.
You're in a bad location.
Yeah, you're in a bad location. Did you hear me about? I asked you about starting to hit the gym and stuff like that, getting in better shape, and you're about to do a photo shoot here in about a month. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Oh, yeah. I've been, I had, before the tour, America Rocks tour, I'd lost about 16 pounds. And then, but, you know, going out on the road and eating, you know, pizza and crap and whatever, you know, it's kind of hard to eat healthy. So I gained a little bit of it back. So, yeah, I'm back on a strict workout diet where I'm working out 7 days a week and lifting and everything like that and getting back in shape. And hopefully I'm just trying to drop like another 10, 12 pounds.
Okay. Well, I read somewhere that you might be doing a Playgirl shoot. Is that true?
I've been offered it for a few months now, and I've been toying with the idea.
So it's not a done deal. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I have some stipulations that the shoot has to be done the way that I want it to be done. So just waiting to see if that's going to go through. I don't want it to be like some ridiculous photo shoot. I want it to be a little bit more, you know, like Gothic oriented, you know, maybe caskets and, you know, some sort of maybe a funeral home shoot or something like that, you know.
Pretty much stick to your image.
So, so we'll see if they go for it.
Okay. Hey, Randy, I'm going to turn this interview over to you real quick.
Hey, man, what's up, Kristy? This is Randy Ashby, dude.
What's up, bro?
Hey, during your hiatus in the 90s from Pretty Boy Floyd, man, you had a little time on your hands. What kind of stuff were you getting into while you were off from the band?
Actually, I went back to school, and I got a paralegal degree. And then when I got my paralegal degree, I Pretty Boy Floyd's old attorney, and then he had started a record label that he gave me a percentage of, and we were working basically RED, Sony's independent label, bought the label, and I did that for about 6 years during that time. And then after I got tired of that and bored with that, and then I started a talent agency, which I've had for 15 years now, and a recording studio, and I've done other things as far as television commercials, movie soundtracks. What else have I done? Mastering, records, other things like that. Basically, I do a shitload of other stuff besides, you know, playing music.
Yeah, man, I hear you're like the entrepreneur, man. I was checking out your clothing line, Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll, man, and you got all kinds of people wearing that shit, dude. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
On which?
Your clothing line.
Oh, the clothing line. Yeah, my clothing line. Well, it's taken a back burner over the past couple of years since I was focusing so much on the Pretty Boy Floyd and the new album and all that stuff and everything that I was recording. So basically, I'm going to be coming out full force with the jewelry line, more T-shirts, and some other endeavors that I'm working on right now. So it's all going to be coming up on the website very shortly, and it's going to be badass.
So I mean, are you revamping the style? Are you going to go even gothicer, or what are we looking at?
Well, people always call Pretty Boy Floyd a glam band or this and that or whatever, but I always thought we were a little bit darker. You know, we didn't wear feathers and boas and stuff, you know, like Poison did, but and I don't think our music was that, you know, glammy, poppy. Yeah, sure, it had a happy feel to it and stuff, but I mean, as far as our look goes, I mean, we always dressed in black. Most of us had black hair, and, you know, I don't think that, you know, we were a so-called glam band, especially when you look at what people are calling gothic music now. I mean, I look back at, like, you know, some of the older Pretty Boy Floyd pictures, and I'm like going, well, you know, I tell you the truth, I think we were more of a gothic glam band than we were anyway back then, and that's, you know, that's just my roots anyway, so.
Yeah, this is rock and roll, you know.
It's all music,
rock and roll.
Man. You know, it's all music, you know. I love everything. I mean, growing up in New York City, I was in a hardcore, you know, metal thrash band, you know. So I love all music, from hardcore punk to, you know, thrash, death metal to gothic music, to classic rock music, to glam rock, to whatever you want to call it, speed rock. I love it all, you know.
Yeah, we can talk just about your solo out you put out a few years ago, man. It's really killer. It's actually called Sex, Drugs, Rock and Roll. You know, you go on your site, and you got some great bids on there. I just want to, personally, man, that song Greed is just absolutely amazing. It's kind of a mid-tempo ballad. Kind of reminds me of a great Alice Cooper.
I'm losing you guys.
We got you back on.
Yeah, I know.
It's a live show, man. Things happen. It happens like this all the time, man.
Okay.
No big deal. No big deal at all.
Yeah. But
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I want to talk about your solo record you put out a couple years ago. It was really good. Sex, Drugs, Rock and Roll. You know, there's some great tracks on there. I know one song in particular I really love is a song called Greed.
Greed, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a, you know, mid-tempo ballad kind of thing. Kind of reminds me,
right,
so reminiscent of like some like really good mid-tempo ballad, Alice Cooper, you know, thing. And I'm a big Coop fan, and that's definitely a compliment. So, but yeah, that was a great track there.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm finishing up the touches on the new record, and it should be out in a month or 2 months. I've been so busy with everything that I've been doing that, you know, in my spare time, I've been trying to get over to the studio and just finish up the vocals and mix and master that and get that out for everybody, finish the artwork. Everything's done. All the songs are pretty much done. Just some final touches that need to be done on it, and that'll be out, you know, within the next 2 months.
Yeah. So are you doing pretty much all the music on that, with the exception of the vocals, with London doing that?
No. My solo record is always just me. Basically, I've collaborated on my solo record with my first solo record. I collaborated with me, Carrie Kelly, and Janie Lane on that record. And the new record is the same thing. It was stuff that I recorded and written years ago, and it's pretty much the same songs that came out of that whole writing process when we were recording back then and writing together.
Yeah, cool.
Hey, Kristy, we're about out of time on this show, but before we go, can you tell everyone where they can go to get more information about you, such as your social media?
If people want to get in touch with me?
Yeah, or you know, buy your clothes or anything, just anything that plugs you and makes you money, man.
Oh, you know, I mean, well, they can always go to KristyMajors.com. They can go to PrettyBoyFloydBand.com. They can go to my Facebook, which is Kristy Majors, and they can go to my Twitter, Kristy Majors FU. I always write everybody back. I always talk to everybody. You can go to the website. It gives a direct email to correspond with me on the Pretty Boy Floyd website and on the Kristy Majors website. So you can always get a hold of me, and I always answer everybody back. I always respond to everybody back. It's important. Without the support of the fans and the public, I'd be jack shit. So.
Mhm. That's true, everybody. Kristy does respond to everybody. He does, and that you don't get that in a lot of.
I make it a real important part of my life to make sure to keep in contact with everybody who writes me, and I think some people lose touch with that, but I don't.
And I can attest to that. Well, Robert, you got anything else to say to Kristy real quick? We got like a couple minutes left before we sign off.
Let's see. All right, I got one more question. What'd you do with your first rock and roll check?
What did I do with my first rock and roll check?
You check.
Check or
my
check?
first rock and roll check.
You can do either.
Okay. When we first signed with MCA Records, I went and actually bought. I rented an apartment and bought myself a used car.
So you had your first rock and roll check in. No.
Yep. I didn't like go out and like try and live lavishly because I'm smart. I know that the money doesn't constantly just keep on coming in and coming in and coming in. So I was pretty frugal about the expectations of what could happen and what could not happen. So spending $3,000 on a used car that would just get me around and getting a cheap apartment back then for like $800, which was considerably nice for $800 back then. That's what I did with my first rock and roll check.
Awesome. Cool. Well, Kristy, man, we really thank you for being on our show, and we hope.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. Sorry about all the hanging ups, man. I really do.
Hey, man, that's cell phone for you. Well, everybody has that problem.
Right on. Anytime you guys want me back on, just let me know.
That's cool, man. That's cool. All right.
Okay.
Well, yep, no problem, man. This has been the 25th Hour Radio Show. Join us next Sunday at 4 p.m. Central Time. Our guest will be G Slick from Lethal Cartel Records. Until then, I'm Rob Perilous, and for Randy Ashby and Robert Reams, we will talk to you later.
Right on. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too, bud.
The 25th Hour Radio